Hi, this is Kathy Deaton from Fan the Flame Ministries, sharing with you nuggets of godly wisdom. This episode is titled, See the Invisible, Believe the Incredible, and Receive the Impossible. I want you to listen to this awesome quote. When you're down to nothing, God is up to something. The faithful see the invisible, believe the incredible, and then receive the impossible. I have no clue who said this for certain, but it pretty much sums up what faith is. You believe in something you haven't seen yet, but you know you will see it because God said so, and you know He never lies. I don't know about you, but most Christians I know don't live in this way. I'm definitely not saying that it won't be a little bit scary, at least, to totally put your trust in God from a human perspective, because you can't see what lies ahead always. But what a way to live! You can look back at your life and see that God came through in miraculous ways. Plus, the more you see God's character, you'll know that if He has told you to step out on faith, He will not only do what He promised, but many times it will be even better than what you imagined. I know that doesn't always happen, but the more you set your mind and heart to follow God, the more you will see that you can trust Him with your life, no matter where it is that He leads you. All the great people of faith that we read about in the Bible were just ordinary people like you and me that God used in a miraculous way. None of them could see the end result. They just had to trust what God told them. I mean, the Old Testament people of faith didn't even have the reassurance of the Holy Spirit to encourage and guide them like we do today. Most of them heard from God through an angel or spoken word, sometimes only once or twice in their life. And then they had to wait sometimes for years before God brought to pass what He had told them. Then I think about all the people who never heard from God audibly, even one time in their whole life. And there were many of them. They just had to believe in Him as the one true God and live their lives by following laws and learning from the teachers of the law and do the best they could. I am so thankful that the Holy Spirit is here now to lead and guide me each day. I don't have to guess at making a decision because He'll always give me the right answer. You are made in the same image of God that Abraham, Moses, and Noah were. And you're capable of doing the same things they did if you surrender your life to God like they did. We all pale in comparison to the God who created the universe and everything in it. Unfortunately, we convince ourselves that we have control over what happens each day. But it only takes one moment to change our lives forever, whether in a good way or a bad way. God is never taken by surprise because He already knows what will happen. He can see the whole picture. So from His point of view, why shouldn't we just put our trust in Him and let Him show us the way? God always wants the very best for you, even though His best might be different from your best. That's a tweetable quote, I think. As I look back over my life, I can see that many times what I thought best was not usually best at all. I would have settled for something mediocre and boring and thought it great because I didn't know better. I wouldn't trade the times I have truly walked with God and allowed Him to use me in a mighty way. But then I think, why is it still sometimes so hard to totally put my trust in Him when I can't see all of what He's doing? I guess the human in me wants to continually go back to my comfort zone and stay there. At least I feel that I'm in control of things there, even though I totally am not. As long as you feel you can do it yourself and try to do it yourself, why should God intervene and use you to do supernatural things? You only have a limited knowledge of His plan and can't see into the future to make the best decisions. I don't know about you, but I want to see the invisible, believe the incredible, and receive the impossible. Will you join me in this awesome adventure? This is Kathy Deaton from Fan the Flame Ministry, sharing with you nuggets of godly wisdom. Please check out my blog at whogodis.com.